biggest aid package yet for Ukraine. $40 billion approved for new weapons and other military assistance, the bill being flown to South Korea for President Biden to sign immediately. For more on all of this, we are joined by Paul Rieckhoff, founder of Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America. Thank you so much. You know, it was imminent that Mariupol would fall to Russia. Moscow saying now there are more than those 900 Ukrainian soldiers in a prison camp. Ukraine's not commenting on this, but do you think that there will be a prisoner swap negotiated for Russian POWs?
Good morning, Adrian. I think this is a pivotal point in the war. We've never seen so many Ukrainian soldiers captured in one fell swoop. Mariupol was a noble stand by the Ukrainian military, but ultimately it's a key strategic victory for the Russians, one that they really needed after losing after the last couple of months. So I think it's really a pivotal point. We have no reason to believe there will be a prisoner swap. I think we have to understand that potentially over 1,000 Ukrainian soldiers have tremendous propaganda value for Putin. He's going to want to try to shift the momentum in his favor. He's going to want to use these chips as much as he can to leverage them against not just the Ukrainians, but against the West at a pivotal time when the U.S. and others are trying to add Sweden and Finland to NATO, which is truly historic and really, really another pivotal part of this. So after 3 months of war, it looks like it's going to get much worse. And I think that's what folks have to brace themselves for. This is a war that could last for years and potentially even decades.
You bring up very many good points. Let me, I just want to share something with you from the New York Times. There's an op-ed following the signing of this $40 billion aid package. The author writing, is the U.S. trying to help bring an end to this conflict? Or is the U.S. now trying to weaken Russia permanently? Without clarity, the White House not only risks losing Americans' interest in supporting Ukraine, but also jeopardizes long-term peace and security on the European continent. What are your thoughts about this?
I think it's wrong. What the U.S. is trying to do is weaken Russia and win the war. And that may take a long time. It will definitely be expensive and it will definitely be bloody. But the Russians aren't just going to give up if we stop sending support to Ukraine. And this $40 billion push is another critical way that we can support without putting American boots on the ground, without putting American aircraft overhead. Our Javelins, our Stinger missiles, our artillery have really helped shift the momentum in Ukraine's favor. And I've been pretty blunt about this. I don't think this is over until Putin's gone. Anybody who thinks that Putin's just all of a sudden going to come to the table and start negotiating is living in another world. So we have to brace ourselves, and the American people especially have to brace themselves for what will be a very brutal, long conflict. That's what Putin wants. He wants us to give up, and we have to stay fast in whatever way we can. And right now, that's technology, that's financial support, that's diplomatic support. That's what the U.S. can and should do, because this is not just Ukraine's war. This is the West's war against a despot who is brutalizing people and could go much further if he's allowed.
I think a lot of people would agree with you, but do you believe that in these very difficult times following a pandemic, in an inflationary period where we have enough problems on our own soil, a lot of Americans would say, do you think Americans have the appetite to continue throwing billions and billions of dollars for years to come into this war and this conflict?
I think they do, because I think they understand the stakes here. They understand that this is the greatest fight of our time. This is like a fight my grandfather was a part of it in World War II. I think that they have understood the noble, the regal, important, critical part that the Ukrainians are playing as a hold spot for the rest of the world. So, yeah, we have plenty of problems at home, but we should be able to walk and chew gum at the same time. And frankly, Putin's hoping we give up. He saw what happened in Afghanistan. He's seen the American public distracted by Roe v. Wade and other issues, and he's hoping that the American public will lose their stomach. And I think we have to look to the Ukrainian people who've been so inspiring, so amazing. They've been embodying American values almost better than we have over the last couple of years, and we can't leave them hanging in this critical time.
Interesting points that you've made. Paul Rieckhoff, founder of Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America. Thank you for being with us on Morning in America.
My pleasure, Adrian. Thank you.